Hello everyone, welcome to Thrifting After Work. My name is David and today we are talking about what has sold for me during the month of February, and we're going to talk a little bit about the realities of being a part-time reseller. Stick around. Alright guys, if you could do me a favor before we get started, just drop a like on the video. It really helps me out, helps share my content and get it out so everybody can see it, lets YouTube know I'm doing okay, and would mean a lot. Also, if you're returning, thank you so much for watching another video. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. So if you don't know me, I am a part-time reseller and I sell only on eBay. So I have a full-time job, full-time career, and in my spare time after work, hence thrifting after work, I go to thrift stores and sell those items on eBay when I can. So the reality is, my time is limited. With work, family, and everything I have going on, I have to balance going to thrift stores, picking out items, which items are going to sell for me well, what are going to be the most value, and what's going to be the best use of my time. So I'm pretty picky about what I pick up, and I don't pick up a large amount of items. I'm picking up items that I know will sell well, that I think will sell for a good price, and then I list those on eBay. And because of that, I have a pretty good sell-through rate, meaning I'm selling items about as fast as I'm listing them, which is a little bit higher than average. I've been sitting around 50 active listings right now, and I have more than 50 active sales in the last 90 days. So for almost every item that I have listed, I've sold an item. And my average sale price of those items is about $44. So what does that mean? That means I'm selling one item about every day or every other day, which in the bigger scheme of things is not very much, but for part-time, it still adds up. So today we're going to talk about what has sold for me in February. I got a few items to show you guys here. Some were really big hits, some were pretty big misses, and let's talk through them. Also, I'm going to go through each item one by one, talk about what I sold it for and what it cost, and at the end, I'm going to total everything up, give you my total sales, total cost of goods, total fees, total shipping costs, and give you my total net profit. All right, so the first item is this pair of Vibram yoga toe shoes. These were a really good find. I picked these up for $2.99 and they sold for $59.95 free shipping. They're a little bit rare and there wasn't very many listed, so once I saw that, I was really excited and they sold pretty quick. The next item was this Trolls poly bag. I picked this up with some secret clearance, shout out to Justin from the Flipping Accountant, at Walmart for $1, sold for not too high because it's just a small item, $4.75 plus the buyer paid for shipping. Also, this sold for a viewer. Thank you so much. The next item was this HP ink. This is actually a 2-pack and it's also expired. Expired ink still sells. People still sell it. You do need to disclose that in your title like I did here, but it can still sell because people will still usually be able to use it. So I picked this up for $1 and it sold for $14 free shipping. Next up we have a DreamWorks puzzle. This was a great sealed 1,000-piece puzzle that I found at the Goodwill bins. So I only have $1.37 into this item. And there weren't that many of them listed. There was only 2 other listings of this exact puzzle, so it did sell pretty quick and for a pretty good price. $30 and a flat $8.95 shipping. Next up we have this Maxim electric walk control. Another shout out here. Thank you so much, Tim from Osborne to Thrift. He pointed these out and I've sold a couple of these already just off of picking them up. So if you see these in your thrift stores, they're usually with the plugs, grab them because they're worth good money. Not amazing sellers, but bread and butter items that you'll pay, $1 or $2 for and sell for $15.95 with free shipping. So the next 2 items I had sitting around for a couple months. And for me, again, my space and my time and everything is a commodity, and I don't want things sitting around for a couple months or 6 months or a year. Again, this is something I'm trying to do very quickly to just turn. So I don't like holding items for very long. So I did take offers on the next 2 items, and I probably should have waited a little bit and been a little bit more patient. But still a couple dollars of profit here. So these Under Armour basketball shoes I sold for $24.50 plus flat rate shipping, and I had about $7.50 into these. So okay, I'll make $8 to $10 after fees and everything, but I probably should have held on for a little bit more. Even more so with this next item, this pair of Puma Ignites, they did not have a lot of viewers. So that was another thing that was kind of steering me to this decision. They weren't getting a lot of traction. And when I got the offer came in at 15, I countered at 22, and we met at the middle at 18 plus shipping. So again, not a lot of profit on this item, but for me, it was taking up some space and I wanted to get it out of here. And the next two items are both pairs of Asics shoes, and actually the same model, but different colorways. And that's a great example to see that color can matter and the pattern on the shoes can make a difference, even though they're the same make and model. So the first pair, good looking shoes, sold for $30 and the buyer paid $15 shipping. That was actually calculated shipping and it overcharged him by a little bit, but it was a little bit less than I wanted. So I rounded that as part of the profit. The next pair sold for $45 plus shipping, and they were a little bit more vibrant, a little bit brighter on the colors, and overall just visually a better looking shoe. And that made the difference in getting that extra about $10 to $15 in that sale. And here we have another pair of Asics, and this was a very bad buy. I paid $10 for these shoes. I looked all the way through them. I checked the insole. I did everything that I thought I should do, but I didn't feel on the inside of the back of the heel that it had been pretty worn through. So not until I got them home and started to clean them did I realize that there were some pretty big holes in the heel of the shoe. So that really dipped the value of this shoe. I disclosed that in the description, disclosed in the title, and the price definitely reflected that. You probably would have gotten double if they didn't have that damage in them. So I ended up selling them for $15, still plus shipping, but I paid $9.95 for them. So after fees and the shipping costs on this item, I'm going to make 77 cents. So still, I didn't lose money, but a waste of time and a bad buy on my part. And the last item that sold in the first half of February is this Lego Friends set. Picked this up, again, Walmart secret clearance for $4, sold for $14.95 free shipping. Sold to the same viewer that picked up the other Lego set earlier. Thanks again so much. And those are all the items, actually, that I've sold in February, from February 1st to the 16th. Again, doing this part-time, I'm not dealing with high volumes, but I still think it's important to share this because there's other people out there that, may get discouraged when they see videos of people selling 10, 20, 30 items every single day, shipping out giant piles of boxes, and for them, taking nothing or just their one package at the post office might get discouraging. It definitely did for me a little bit before I sat back and thought, hey, I'm where I should be. For the time, money, and effort that I'm putting into this, I'm getting out actually a little bit more than average. So I feel good about it, and you should too. So now we're gonna wrap everything up. We've gone over all the sales, and now we're gonna talk totals. So my total sales for all of these items was $339.15. That's gross sales without anything taken out. So I'm going to take out first my eBay fees, which I'm calculating at about 13.5%. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because the average eBay fee is about 13%, and I am doing a 1% promoted listing on all of my items to get them to the top of the list. Not all items sell via that promoted listing, but some of them do, so I'm factoring that in. So my total fees are going to be $45.79. Now next we're going to take out shipping, and for the shoes I average about $10 for the shipping cost. Some are a little bit less, some are a little bit more, but it averages about $10. So for the sake of that, we're going to call shipping was $81.50 for all of these items, give or take a couple pennies. So that means my total profit was $211.76. That is the amount of money that I will get deposited back to me from eBay. Now, to get my true net profit, I have to pay my earlier self back for those cost of goods. Remember, I had to buy all these items, and that took money up front. So that money I already had, I used it to invest in these items. Now I'm gonna pay myself back and take the cost of goods out of that profit to get me what I truly now have more than I did before, which is my net profit. And my total cost of good for all of these items was $74.09. So now how much money did I make? How much money do I have now that I didn't have before? And that amount is $137.77. And for me, about halfway through the month, that's about average. A little bit less. Again, I made some bad buys. I didn't get the profit that I wanted to on some of these items. But I usually average about $300 to $400 additional per month doing this part-time. And these sales were my halfway point So I'm at about halfway. I do want to do a little bit better on the second half of the month to get myself over that $300 mark to be where I want to be. But overall, I'm doing pretty good. So again, today I wanted to talk about the reality of being a part-time seller. And a part of that reality is embracing and understanding where I should be for the time that I've put in, for the money that I've invested, and for the items that I have for sale. And I feel like I'm in a good place. And hopefully this video going out there, if there's somebody that doesn't feel like they're in a good place, take a step back, look at where you are, again, look at the items that you've purchased, see where you are, and maybe you are in a better place than you thought, or maybe you do have to reevaluate something. But taking time to reflect can hopefully help you move forward in the long run, whether that's to keep at the pace that you're at and keep growing, or if it's to make an adjustment and do what you need to do to get to where you want to be. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you saw some items that you maybe didn't know. I hope you got some ideas of items that you want to maybe incorporate into your reselling, and hopefully just the information was helpful in general. If you made it this far, please drop a like on the video. Again, it really helps out so much, and I appreciate it all. If you also made it to the end and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out. I just hit 300 subscribers. I'm on my way to the next goal of 500. So your help will get me there, and I appreciate every single one of you guys who come. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.